What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Stacks again, here with another game here in the United Sim Football Association. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Game number 4 of week number 5. The games keep rocking and rolling, as you already know. Don't go anywhere. We got ourselves a big game in the East Coast again. Actually, well, we got the East versus West matchup. Two teams looking to get further in the playoff picture. Pittsburgh needs it a little bit more than Dallas in regards to where they currently stand, but it's still going to be pretty interesting to see in this one. Dallas, they are also in the number 4 seed, and they're a little bit closer than Pittsburgh is in their own respective conferences. That's what I meant by that. Both teams need the W, don't get me wrong, but these two teams here, they're looking to get it popping. It's going to be interesting to see how this one shakes up. Dallas and Pittsburgh looking real nice. I like what they're doing. They're getting better and bigger every week, and it's going to be interesting to see who's going to take the W in this one. Money Mills versus Justin Duke, two quarterbacks that have a lot of talent and a lot of talent around them, but it hasn't really shook up their records in the last few games or so. It's going to be interesting, like I always say, but I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I think we can go ahead and get this thing popping. If y'all are ready, I'm ready. Looks like it's going to be the big homies in Pittsburgh starting this one off, and it's going to be Anita sending this one away. Welcome to Thursday night action, as it's going to be a kneel down there by Sir Lancelot. And it's going to be Justin Duke coming onto the field for the first time this week. An up and down season so far for him. He's looking to turn up a little bit. Can't be mad at it. I think he's under 60% completion. And with all these receivers they have on here, honestly shouldn't be like that. But here we are, as we're going to start it on the ground, and the defense is going to slow down the big homie Dominic McKenzie for a loss of 1. Can't be doing commentary in the lips of chap. I gotta smoke him up a little bit. There you go. Feeling a lot better off work. Doing this game for you, all good to go. As we're going to see the quick pitch is going to be caught there by Rocky Butterfingers. A gain of 4 on the play. 3rd and 7 coming. Shotgun set here, passing it, sending 4. Going to look left side and going to be caught there by Lancelot. And it's going to make it 1st and 10 coming up. Pittsburgh rocking their Steel City alternate uniforms here. As they're going to go ahead and send 4 again. Goes right side and going to be hit out of the hands of Jerry Riggs. And that's going to make it 2nd and 10 coming up. Going to be with the carry, going to bounce it outside, and he's going to get slowed down before he can get the first down. There goes Dominic McKenzie, picking up a solid game there. Going to be 3rd and 3 coming up. Taking the handoff and going to get stuffed by Townsend, and they tried the read option there, but not to be. Going to have to punt it away. Pittsburgh gets off of the field. It was a decent play in theory. He faked out the lineman for a little bit, but he stayed home just in case, and he made the right read there defensively to get him off. As we'll see 4th and 5, going to see the punt. Is going to get sent to the left side where we'll bounce at the 5. Going to take it to around the 15-yard line or so. And that's going to put Pittsburgh onto the field for the first time tonight. Money Mills, like I said before, a decent start to the week. I mean, decent start to the season, but could be better. It's looking to turn up a little bit tonight. Going to be stretching this one to the left side, bouncing around. There goes Mike, and he's going to get a yard, and that's really about it. 2nd and 9 coming up. Going to try the ground game again just to see. He's going to take it past the 20, and he's going to make it 3rd and inches. Mike Hawk making it happen. Short situation here. Let's see what they do. Hand off here, finding a crease to get the first down, tackled by the big homie TJ Blackman, and it's gonna make it 1st and 10 coming up here for Pittsburgh. Decent blocking up the middle to make that happen. I tried the helmet. I'm gonna go ahead and potentially switch the helmet for this one for Pittsburgh. It goes, but it doesn't go at the same time. I'm thinking they need the same color with the jersey to make it flush. And I'll go ahead and hit Pittsburgh up about this one. See how they feel about it. I like the jersey fit though. The black and gray. The Steel City look. I think they just need that extra, oomph, you know what I'm saying? Is we're going to see the handoff here, and a big hole. There goes Mike Hawk. Sheds a tackle and still running and past the 45. And Mike Hawk, he's a dangerous man with that football. You better watch out for number 69. And you see right here, he broke that first tackle. Get up off me, get off me, Chester Owens, and number 95 chasing him down. That's the lineman right there, Dominic McKenzie. Autumn McKenzie. Chasing them down. So great pursuit angle there. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up, and now they got Ziggy in the backfield. The ground game has been working, and they're going to keep it moving with the ground game as they're going to pick up about 9 for his first touch of the evening. Not a lot of passing so far on either side. I think we've only seen a combined 2 passes up to this point. But the clock is running smooth here. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Gonna go ahead and go with the RPO, and it's gonna be caught. And there goes Keenan Kurt there with the first down, a gain of 4. Faking the handoff here, looking for a man, spins away, throws left side, and potentially had Keenan Kurt over there, but the pass off the mark there is going to make it 2nd and 10. 4:20 left on the clock here in the first. Second and 10 coming up here, passing it, going to spin off, goes right side, and going to be incomplete as Weezy Porter sticks that big old paw out there. Make sure it doesn't get to the receiver. 3rd down coming. Right at the 30-yard line, need to get past the 20 to keep the drive alive. Or get some good field goal range. Depends on how they want to do it. But plays like that is not going to work as Money Mills barely gets that off. TJ Blackman trying to get that lead back. in regards to the sacks. And there's two big time sack leaders in this ball game. Rhino Dobbins there in the top three. TJ Blackman up there as well, as we'll see a 47-yard field goal here by Anita. Looking to send this one away. Kick is going to be up, and it's pretty good. A straight line or down Broadway. And Pittsburgh's going to start out the game with some points. As we're going to see Sir Lancelot there in the backfield. He wants a return, as it's going to be sent away. And it's going to be out the back of the end zone. Just booted that one. And it's going to put Justin Duke and the rest of this offense back onto the field the first drive. Not the greatest we've seen, but there's plenty of game left here tonight. It's Thursday night action. Show some love. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. And that's going to be a false start there on the offensive line. Back them up 5. And we'll try this one again. 1st and 15. Gonna pass it here, looking for a man. Gonna go right side with it and caught, getting those yards back and then some. A first down play. Outrunning 420 blunt smoke is Rocky Butterfingers, and he's gonna pick up a solid gain. Expected a couple more wins by these two teams combined. But this is a big game just because they need to get back in their own races, as that's going to be another catch there. This time it's Sir Lancelot getting his second and 2 coming up. And that's a pretty identical line from his teammate. Not 420 blunt smoke, but that's a identical line to Rocky Butterfingers there, 2 for 21. As we'll see this one here, 2nd and 2 coming. They have Dominic McKenzie there in the backfield, trying to stretch this one outside, cutting around and going to get stuck. Tried to hit the hole and they ain't gonna work. 3rd and 3 coming. Gonna pass it here left side and going to be caught. And there goes Rocky Butterfingers, keeping the drive alive here. 1st and 10 coming up. Gonna be sending 4, looking left side, and gonna be caught immediately there by number 47. Who was that? Was that Rocky Ivan there? No, it was Reginald Fromm. It was 43 that I was looking at. I thought I saw 47. But it's going to be 2nd and 8 regardless. Going to be a handoff here. A big hold there for McKenzie, who gets stuck at the end of the play, but they're inside the 30. 1 more minute left here in the first quarter. And this Dallas offense is starting to click. Dominic McKenzie dapping up his offensive line, says, keep on doing that. We're going to have a pretty good game. It's going to be a pistol formation. They're going to fake it to McKenzie this time. Stepping around, sets his feet, goes left side, and almost picked off. As 420 blunt smoke read that perfectly. 33 seconds left in the second. In the first. In the 2nd and 10. Passing it here, looking for a man left side, and going to be incomplete, as Jerry Riggs couldn't hang on to that one. And it looks like that's some good sportsmanship here. Pittsburgh defender lifting up the receiver, say, get up. We gotta do it. We gotta do that again to y'all so y'all can get off the field. We can't do that if you're still on the ground. Get up off the ground. 3rd and 10 coming up. Dallas needs to get it past the 28 for a first down. Looking for a man, goes left side and caught. There goes Juju, who had a big touchdown in overtime to get the victory there for Dallas against Huntington Beach. He's only going to pick up 9 when they need a 10. They are in field goal range, so they could tie it up. They could keep their offense on the field. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Will they hike it before the end of the first? So that's the question. Yes, they will. They're going to give it to the fullback, who's going to cut up and get that first down, get a lot more, gets to the 20, maybe the 19-yard line. And this first quarter is up. Dallas on the move inside the 20. And they're looking to either tie it up or take the lead, whichever comes first. Welcome to Thursday night action. Here, the games keep rocking and rolling. Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. This is going to be a pass here from JD. Looks left side and caught. And hit as soon as he catches the football. Is going to be 2nd and medium.
Let's go do this thing, baby.
Rocky Butterfingers there with his 4th catch of the game. Going to be passing it here, looking right side and a dot in between defenders. Reginald Frome hangs on, and it's 1st and goal here for Dallas. Going to be passing it here, goes left side and going to be a dart to Reginald Frome. And that's going to put the big homies here on the board as they're doing the stanky leg, though. I ain't see that dance in about 15 to 20 years, something like that. But it's going to go ahead and put Dallas on top tonight. Kick is going to be up and it's going to be all day. 13-play, 82-yard drive lasting 5.5 minutes. Can't be mad at that. Pittsburgh coming onto the field. Sending this one away. It's going to be a kneel down. It's going to make it 7-3. As Mike Hawk with the great start to his game, 5 for 41 currently. He's looking to add on to it. As they're going with the old school package here. And they're going to go ahead and go with the delayed handoff and a big hold there from Mike, who's going to rumble for 9. And he's already at 50 yards rushing. Shotgun set coming. And going to take this to the left side, pushing forward. A first down play, sheds off the first man and gets stuck at the end. But another big play and another big gain here by the Pittsburgh halfback. Is going to be 1st and 10. Handoff trying to bounce it outside, and this time the Dallas defense slows them down. They sent the corner at him. Actually, no, that's not corner. That's Mr. Grigley coming through. I keep forgetting he has a low number like that. But he says he's going to make the play here. 2nd down coming. Short drop back here. Quickly to the left side. Going to make it 3rd and medium. Another big drop back here, looking for a man, gonna go towards Kurt, who has a lane, pushing forward and gets sent back before he could get that last yard. Beautiful defense there by Dallas. That'll pretty much force a punt here. Great job there. Wheezy Porter stood him up, and then the defender behind him was able to send them back. Sending this one away. It's gonna bounce inside the 5 and gonna get dropped at the 7. Beautiful punt coverage there. It's gonna make it 1st and 10. Gonna send 4. Stands tall in the pocket, goes left side, gonna be picked off. And what's the penalty? Is gonna be number 3. Big House the 3rd. What is the penalty though? They say it's pass interference, spot foul, and that was Ethan McWells there getting a little grabby on him. It's going to be a gain of 19 after that penalty. Puts him outside the 25. Almost went disaster there. They're going to quick pitch it left side and a possession catch there by the big homie Lancelot. Can't even speak right now. 3 catches, 28 yards so far in the evening. Handoff here and a big hole. Gonna get to the 40 as McKenzie. 1st and 10 coming up. Shotgun set here for the big homie. Justin Duke. Gonna go ahead and hand this one off. Gonna cut up and gonna run straight into number 55. Gonna make it 2nd and 6. Blake Grant Jr. doing his thing. Whoops. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Gonna be a fake, and there goes the run. There goes JD. Gonna avoid the tackle and turn up. Gonna push forward and get smacked at the end of that play. But he hangs on, and that's gonna keep the chains moving here. Big hit there on the quarterback, but he holds on. He says he's good. Let's go ahead and keep the drive moving. Stretching his right side, gonna get pushing forward, gonna break, well, not break it, but he's gonna stay up after one tackle attempt and just enough to pick up 7 yards. Make sure you watch that Charlotte New York game. That was a very fun matchup between two teams I'm expecting to potentially make the playoffs, but Pittsburgh wants to add their name in that list, as you better watch out. And there goes Dominic McKenzie, and now he's over 50 yards rushing. Both halfbacks looking really nice tonight. It's going to be 1st and 10. Going to be taken off. There goes Jacoby. There is a flag on the end of that play, so I'm assuming it's going to back up. Yes, it is. 1st and 20 coming up here. 1st and 18, actually. It was ahead of the stick, so it's just going to be 10 yards from where the ball ended. I mean, for where the ball ended up, you know what I'm saying? Passing it again, looks left side and caught, turning it up, getting those yards back, gets out of bounds, and makes it 2nd and 9. Handoff here, gonna go ahead and goes left side and caught. There goes Butterfingers, touchdown Dallas. And he says he's ready to go. He said he's chilling. He don't need to celebrate. He good to go. And Dallas is going to go up 2 scores tonight. Gonna kick this one up. It is up and it is good. 14-3 your score. Pittsburgh's gonna need a good drive here in the second to see if they could cut this lead down going into the third. Gonna run this one up. Got some blocks pushing forward to about the 27-28 yard line of Ziggy. You see right there, Mike doing his thing. 7 yards of carry so far tonight. Still doing his thug thizzle. He said he ain't mad at it. 1st and 10 coming up. Mike is back there. 3 minutes left. And they're going to send Tavian in motion closer to the line of scrimmage. Going to see the drop down. Looks and finds Tavian. Going to get him about 5. Going to be passing it here, left side. Going to make it 3rd and 1 as they're trying to pick apart the short game. It's been working for them for the most part. Is that going to take us to the 2-minute warning? Pittsburgh 1 score, whether that's a touchdown or a field goal, will make it a 1-score ball game. So they just need to get their way down the field. Ziggy is in the backfield now, and they're going to pass out of it, looking for a man left side, and throws it straight to Chester Owens, who could not hang on. And Pittsburgh got away with one. Score should be 21-3. Because there was no one ahead of them. A short field. You don't want to try those passes in this type of situation, as it's going to be a punt coming from Anita. The defense here for Dallas has been near flawless, honestly. Outside of that first drive where they gave up 3, they've been pretty good. As we'll see the return, take it to around the 26-yard line, and that's going to put the big homie Rocky Butterfingers on the field. 5 targets, 5 receptions, so a pretty perfect day, averaging the 1st down, a catch, got the touchdown. And he's a receiver that has a lot of ability, hasn't really shown it this season. They've been trying to double him up, but he's going to get a catch. That's actually Jerry Riggs there, and that's going to make it 1st and 10 coming. Going to pass it quickly left side in some coverage, and going to get smacked there by Angel Flugel, aka Angel Food Cake. A tough catch to make there. Going to make it 2nd and 10. Going to be passing it here. Looks right side and going to be almost picked off there by 420 Blunt Smoke. And that's going to make it 3rd and 10 coming up. Going to pass it here, looking for a man. Going to go right side and going to be caught. 1st down play. Stood up at the 40. And Justin Duke is 15 for 20 currently. So far, so good. Dominic McKenzie with the gain of 14, and Dallas is on the move. Passing it here, looking for a man, spins around, hit as he throws, and throws it straight to Ethan McWells, who couldn't hang on. And once again, something that Pittsburgh potentially needed there is going to keep this drive on the Dallas side. Gonna pass this one here, looking, and gonna be deflected, and Big House the third says, take this 3rd and 10. You ain't gonna get that over me. Gonna fake this handoff here, looking for a man, taking off, and gonna be fumbled and recovered there by Dallas. And they're gonna be getting no points off of this unless they try a Hail Mary. And it looks like Dallas is gonna call that timeout, so maybe they got something cooking for it. Me personally, ain't worth it. Just get the punt out. You got the 14-3 lead. Hold off until the end of the second quarter. Take it to the third. See what your team could do next half, as they're going to do just that with the punt. They essentially gave Pittsburgh some time here. They could have let it rock down, as this one is going to go out of bounds inside the end zone. And that's going to make it to the 20-yard line. Pittsburgh has 12 seconds. They're going to see if they can use it wisely. Looks short and it's going to be hit. And they're going to go ahead and let this clock trickle down. 14-3 is your score. And we'll see what the teams can do going into the third. As we'll see some highlights, check out the team stats, all the good stuff. All things considered, Pittsburgh's still in this ball game. But you see right there the stats heavily favoring the team that's in the league, which is normally how it goes. As we'll see a big handoff there by Mike. You see the broken tackle keeping it pushing. Kenzie running them down as they're going to go ahead and fake the handoff. You see right there, looks left side, wide open man, Reginald Frome. And we'll see this one go back to the field. I believe Dallas is going to start with the football. I don't quite remember. But shout out to everybody in the chat again. Money Mills prepping for his arm, so I'm thinking he's going to start with the football. I could be wrong, though. Guy Clausen, a guy we haven't heard too much from tonight. He's looking to get up in there, and yeah, it looks like Pittsburgh's going to start with the football. Sending this one away here. It's going to be returned, taking it past the 20, and that's really about it. It's going to put Money Mills back onto the field. Yeah, I think that's what this jersey needs. I think they need that gray helmet. As we're going to see a launch there to the right side and over the head of Austin Wheeler Jr. Going to make a second down coming. Shotgun set, making a quick adjustment here and then giving it to Mike, who's going to turn up and get close to the 25. That's really about it. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Gonna be passing it here, looks left side and got a step. It's gonna be caught, and there goes Brett Tavian with the big catch over the top. Honestly, if he kept his feet, he'd probably still be running, but the beautiful pass there by the big homie Money Mills. Actually, now that I think about it, he might need to lean over because probably would have been a little bit out of his reach if he tried to catch it normally. didn't really drop it into the bucket, if you will, but it was accurate enough to get the first down. Here comes Pittsburgh as they're going to start this drive on the ground. There goes Mike, who's going to rumble for about 8 as he's over 65 yards rushing on 10 carries. Chester Owens there, first one to make contact. And off here, big hole, and there goes Mike past the 20, rumbling to about the 16, and he's over 85 yards rushing, almost 90. 2 big carries there. Keeps Pittsburgh in this one, and we'll see what they can do here. Faking the handoff here. Looking, goes left side and caught, stays in bounds. It's Keenan. He's going to make it a gain of 5. As once again, Money Mills pretty accurate all game long, 8 for 13. Well over 55% completion. As they're going to get him off sides, bouncing around, sheds off one man, and they're going to get it either 3rd and inches or it's going to be a first down. We'll see where they mark it. They said it's going to be 2nd and short. Sorry, that's what I meant to say, 2nd and short coming up. 2nd and inches, whatever you want to call it. Pittsburgh trying to punch it in as they got Mike in the backfield, Ziggy there as the fullback. As they're going to go ahead and give it to him. He's going to bounce around and he's going to lose a half a yard. And he didn't really go forward. He kind of hesitated right there on that play. TJ Blackman there with the tackle. That's probably what made him hesitate. Honestly, don't blame him. TJ Blackman is a menace here in this game, here in this league, as they got Ziggy there in the backfield now. And it looks like that's going to make it an automatic first down. Got him caught there, encroachment, and that's going to make it to the 3-yard line or so. Yes, it is 1st and goal coming. Autumn McKenzie got caught up trying to get that good snap. And that's going to make it 1st and goal here for Pittsburgh. Mike Hawk is back there, though. Going to be a short drop back and going to get sacked. Gus Lake right up the middle. They did not guard him at all. And that's probably one of the easiest sacks of his career. Second and goal coming up. Like I said, any score will make it a 1-score ball game. Closing on the midway point of the 3rd, they're going to send Austin Wheeler in motion. They're going to go ahead and look for a man left side and going to be caught. And Brett Tavian gets him a score closer. And the Pittsburgh crowd is loving it. As Money Mills walks him down and gets him just enough to get the score. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. Try to make it a 3-score ball game. They're going to send Brett Tavian in motion. Guy Clausen in the left side looking for a man. They're going to go right side and over the heads of everybody. So the score will remain a 5-point affair. So they'll need another touchdown to take the lead. But they did make it close. Looking at the current standings in the East, Toronto leading the way 5-0. Charlotte 4-1. New York is 3-2. Pittsburgh is 1-3, so the victory will make it 2-3 for them. That'll help out. As we're going to see a fake of the handoff and going to shed the tackle and still taking off to run. He's going to rumble forward and going to get stuck at the end of that play by Rhino Dobbins. But it's going to be 1st and 10 coming up. On the other side, Huntington Beach is currently in the lead with a 3-2 record. Detroit is going to be right behind them. But if they do win, if Detroit wins, I'll push them to the #1 seed in the West. That'll be interesting. We'll see that game tomorrow on the doubleheader. Anchorage is also on the doubleheader, not playing against Detroit, but we got to see what they do here. And we got to see what else happens in the rest of the game. Okay. It's going to be 3rd and 17 coming up here for Pittsburgh. Missed that last play. My apologies. Going to be looking for a man. Here's JD. Goes middle of the field and a dart there to the big homie Butterfingers. 16 for 23 so far in the evening. And that was a beautiful pass to pick up a long 3rd down. Going to fake one time, then stretch it out. There goes McKenzie, who's going to get dragged down by the face mask, and that'll put them square inside the red zone with that play.
Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's do our thing.
Passing right side, nothing doing there. 2nd and 10 coming up here for Dallas. Handoff, going to push forward. Solid gain there to make it 3rd and 4. And that should be a penalty there on Pittsburgh there. Same thing as before. Getting them automatic 1st down. Down at the 4-yard line. And Dallas said they're going to take it. Hand off here and going to get stuck. Nothing doing there. Going to be 2nd and goal. Stretching this right side, going to be taken off to rumble to about the 2. And it's going to make it 3rd and goal. Pittsburgh with the chance to hold them to 3, keep themselves in the game with the 1-score affair. Gonna pass it here. Looks middle of the field and going to be caught again. I think you know who that is. It's Reginald Frome. Second of the ball game. And that's gonna put the big homies on top even further. 11-point game in favor of Dallas. Kick is going to be up. Kick is going to be good. 21-9 is your score. Pittsburgh could get back into this one with the touchdown. Get the stop on the other end. Do it again. And they got themselves a lead. Almost 15 minutes to do so. But technically it's still a, it's still a 15-point ball game, right? Is my math right? Wait, I'm tripping. 12. I'm tripping. I just said 11 points earlier and then it's 12. I'm tripping. So it's going to see a return there by Ziggy past the 25. And I'll put the big homies in Pittsburgh back onto the field. Bretavian perfect in regards to his targets and receptions. He's got the touchdown. Had a big catch in that last drive to keep him alive. And we'll see if they try to target number 85 here on this one. They're going to go right side and caught, turn it up, and stays in bounds. And there goes the big homie Keenan Kurt there with the catch. First and 10 coming. Handoff pushing forward. Gonna make it 2nd and 7 coming. Passing it here. They're going to send a deep blitz and is going to get home. Ethan Flowers coming through with the sack. And that was a long drop back there for him. That definitely didn't help. You see right there, like he had no room after that drop back. He had him in his face by the time he set his feet. And Dallas, they sent everybody at him and they almost blocked everybody, but with that offensive line bunched up, it left the outside wide open. Now it's 3rd and 16 coming up here. Pittsburgh needs to keep the drive alive, and they're going to try the ground game. And that's something I wouldn't advise on this particular set, but they're going to trust on their defense to try to get them off the field. Sending this one away. It's going to be returned, taking it past the 20 to about the 23-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and 10 coming. Coming off of a beautiful drive, got a quick stop. Now they're trying to take advantage of a defense that might be a little bit tired. He's going to stretch this one right side. There goes Dominic, cutting up and getting past the line, spinning off one man and picking up about 9 3/4. 2nd and inches coming up. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Throw your 4s up in the chat. You see right there, only 70 passing yards here by Pittsburgh. Definitely need to tune that up if they want to get the W here. But the defense is on the field trying to give them another chance. Going to go ahead and hand this one off. Finding a crease enough for the 1st down. Shy of the 40. But they didn't need that much to make it happen. 1st and 10 coming. cutting this one up to about the 41-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 7 coming up. Handoff, pushing forward, big gain, rumbling for about, I want to say 6. 3rd and 1 coming up. Handoff here in a big hole there by McKenzie, or opened up by the O-line for McKenzie. And he's a little shy of 100 yards rushing. And if they keep this ground game moving like that, they ain't gonna be too mad at it. 1st and 10 coming up here for Dallas. Handoff, pushing forward and gonna get to the 40. 2nd and 4 coming up here. Handoff here, bouncing it outside, and there goes McKenzie, over 100 yards rushing now. And that's going to keep the drive alive again here for this Dallas team, who's just breaking away with these runs. Both halfbacks have been doing spectacular, all things considered. But right now, Dominic McKenzie, he's over 100. He's still on the field. He says, hey, if they're going to keep leaving these lanes open, you might as well give it to me again. And that's exactly what they'll do. But this time, Arn Jackson says that's been happening a little bit too much for my liking. Is going to make a 2nd and 11. And they're going to keep it on the ground here. Going to bounce it outside. And once again, the defense here saying no to that. It's going to be 3rd and 11. Pittsburgh needs to keep it a 2-score game. Passing it, looking for a man, goes left side and caught. McKenzie stays in bounds, going to get a respectable gain, but he's going to be short of the mark. It's 4th and 1. Dallas once again in a spot where they could go for it here. Or Dallas could just go conservative, make it a 15-point ball game. But it looks like they are going to put Jacoby Cobb in the backfield, and they're going to see if they can catch him slipping. Not quite. They're going to try the ground game. They caught him slipping that way. 1st and 10 Dallas, and the ground game has just been doing wonders here tonight, as more clock is coming off of this board. It's going to be hard for me to think that if they score a touchdown, that might be a little bit too much out of Pittsburgh's chances to get into this one. Crazier things have happened as they're going to give it to McKenzie, and he's going to get a gain of nothing. Handoff here, pushing forward, getting about 2. It's going to make it 3rd and 8. Faking the handoff, looking for it. Man goes right side and caught, and there goes Rocket Butterfingers again. And he's going to get his 2nd touchdown of the game. And like I said before, it's going to be tough for Pittsburgh to get back into this one. As we're going to see the kick up. Carolina knocks it through with ease. 28-9 is your score here tonight. I think I talked about the Western Conference earlier, but if Detroit wins tomorrow in the first game of the doubleheader against St. Louis, that'll put Detroit in the #1 spot, and then that'll put Huntington Beach and Anchorage at 3 wins. We'll see if Anchorage can also move over Huntington Beach with that. And Dallas will end up tying with Huntington Beach after this potential victory here. It's 4.5 minutes, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes down. St. Louis, they obviously need the win to get back to 2-3. And we'll see how that one goes out. Tacoma will also go to 2-3 if they're able to beat Anchorage. So that is going to be a very, very, very interesting ball game for sure. If Tacoma is able to win, that means Tacoma and let me see. Well, Tacoma will still be at 2-3. They'll still be in the same spot, technically. But that could do some big things later on if they can get it happening. That's going to be a good catch there by the big homie Keenan Kurt. But the whole Western Conference could get a big shakeup depending on what happens. Going to be passing it here. Pittsburgh looking down the middle, and a dart, and it's going to put him in the end zone. The claw didn't get any catches all game long, but catches him slipping in the seam. (28-15) is your score. An extra point will make it back to a 12-point ball game. And that's exactly what they'll do. Will they go for the onside kick now? Or will they kick it free, try to get a quick stop, score, and then try to do it again? We'll see what they're thinking. Here's a pretty tumultuous position here with less than 4 minutes, but we'll see what they rock here as Lancelot sets up in the backfield, but it looks like they are going to go for the onside kick. Try to start it off with the bounce, but it goes straight to the Dallas offensive player there. There goes Cadillac Jackson. Johnny on the spot, making the play. And Dallas has a chance to work some more clock. Pittsburgh has to get off of the field, and I have to assume that they're going to start calling some timeouts. They got Dominic McKenzie there having himself a solid game, and they're going to stretch it out to him for this first play, and he's going to rumble forward for about 5. Handoff. There goes McKenzie. First down play. And there goes the first timeout called here by Pittsburgh. They still have the 2-minute warning technically, so still in a good pocket to where they could potentially get something. But they need to stop this run game, first and foremost. Dominic McKenzie back there. Crazy things have been happening in the fourth quarter as he's going to rumble forward for a big gain, another gain of 5. And there's the second timeout here by Pittsburgh. as Dallas is trying to grind them away in the dust.
Hey, what we got? Me and you, baby. Rock and roll, baby. Let's go. Ready?
Handoff pushing forward and goes nowhere. Actually picks up 1 yard. Pittsburgh's going to call their final timeout. And Pittsburgh's Pittsburgh's game tonight rides on this play here if they can hold them to a field goal. And they're going to fake the handoff. They're going to look for the knockout punch, and he overthrows the man right there. And this is field goal territory here. Don't want to risk it for that biscuit. Try to make it a 15-point ball game and then keep it pushing. From the left hash, here's Carolina Andrianic. Going to make it around like a 41-yarder, and he knocks it through, or she knocks it through easy. That's going to make it 31-16. Pittsburgh coming back onto the field with a 2-minute warning, and that's really about it. But the offense does come back onto the field doing this job. Sending this one away. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up. Once again, Pittsburgh with no timeouts going into this one. And they're going to go ahead and pass out of it, looking for a man. Right side, I think it's another bucket. I think he's going to take it the distance. Brett Tavian, one play, one hitter quitter. And there's still technically life here for Pittsburgh as Dallas gives up 2 quick scores and 2 straight offensive plays. And the defense is starting to break down here. And Money Mills, all things considered, trying his hardest to get his team out of this hole. And they're going to need another score. They're going to go for the extra point. Better make sure you knock it through. A miss pretty much keeps this out of reach. Kick is going to be up and it's going to the right, but it does go through. And it's back to an 8-point affair. Now, this is probably best case scenario here for Pittsburgh. They have the 2-minute warning. If they could get a stop on the other end, they'll have like 20 to 30 seconds left on the clock. And these fourth quarters have just been ridiculous. Because they're going to see another onside kick, and it's going to be recovered there by the big homie Jerry Riggs, rumbling forward, and Dallas is back onto the field. And that was actually a pretty decent kick because it backs them up, and that can essentially avoid them, avoid Pittsburgh getting them in field goal range if they could get the stop, so they could force a punt. But it's first down and it's over type of situation here. So Pittsburgh has to do their thing on defense. They can't allow the run game to go crazy, as they're going to start on the ground as expected, and he's going to turn up and pick up about 6. Not what you want to see if you're Pittsburgh, but still manageable as the 2-minute warning is here. And it looks like Dallas is going to kneel it out, or at least kneel it this time. But not really what you want to do. You're giving Pittsburgh a free play No extra, actually on top of that, they're not even going to burn like a play on some seconds. He immediately kneeled it. So that's going to give Pittsburgh a little bit extra life if they could get this stop. And they're going to stretch it right side, looking to turn up, and he's going to get it by just a few inches. And they said they're confident in number 5 to make it happen. Rhino Dobbins chased him down as best he could. But that is going to close this one out, folks. 31-23 is your score. JD says he's going to do it again. And that'll put him inside 40 seconds. So they'll probably have one more kneel down and that's it. But we could talk about the games coming on tomorrow. It's going to be Detroit at St. Louis to start out the set. I'll see if I can get some people to get it rolling there for you. No problem. And then we'll close out the week with Tacoma at Anchorage. Should be a fun ride here tomorrow. And outside of that, we could go ahead and take this one to the bridge. Final score 31-23. And what was the overall fun ball game, especially in that fourth quarter. Pittsburgh tried their hardest to get back into it, but honestly just gave up too many points there to give themselves a realistic chance. As we'll go into the team statistics first. I cannot say that word. Statistics. And I still said it wrong, but it's all good. We're going to keep it moving here. No turnovers today. You see right there the third down conversion there by Dallas. That definitely helped out. As we go into the player stats, 14 for 19, 237, 3 TDs there for Money Mills, 19 for 28, 202, 4 TDs there for Justin Duke. And you see the longest pass there, 75 yards over the top. And we'll check those receiving stats in a little bit. Great job there. Dominic McKenzie, 27 for 135, averaging 5 a carry. Mike Hawk, 13 for 92, averaging 7. Justin Duke, 5 for 25. Jacoby Cobb, 4 for 12. Ziggy there, 2 for 7. Juju Tidwell, 1 for 10. Fumble wise, JD fumbled 1. 2 20-yard carries there by Mike, and he did have the longest carry of the day for 28. Justin Duke and Dominic McKenzie having a carry over 15 tonight. As we go into the receiving side of things, we'll start with Pittsburgh. 5 for 49 there, doing his thing is Keenan Kurt. Brett Tavian, 4 for 118, 2 TDs. Guy Clausen, 2 for 59, 1 TD. Eric Pop, 2 for 8. Mike Hawk, 1 for 3. Austin Wheeler Jr. had a chance, but he dropped it, and he was the only drop on this game. Longest catch there by Tavian, 75 yards. Guy Clausen had that 51-yarder as well. Good job there. On the other side, Rocky Butterfingers, 7 for 93, 2 TDs. Reginald Frome, 5 for 28, 2 TDs. Sir Lancelot, 3 for 28. Dominic McKenzie, 2 for 24. Juju Tidwell, 1 for 9. Jerry Riggs, 1 for 20. And looking at the drops, it looks like there Jerry Riggs 2 drops on the day. Sir Lancelot with 1. And Butterfingers had the 28-yard touchdown earlier, the longest on the day here for Dallas. Tackle wise, Rocky Ivan, 7 tackles on the day. TJB, the boogeyman, coming through with 6, along with Wheezy Porter. I need a nickname for Wheezy. But TJ Camden with 5. Grigley and Cuthbert and Owens get 4. Autumn McKenzie gets 3. Dex there with 2, along with Ethan Flowers. Gus Lake, Thad Castle, Low-Key, and Cadillac each with 1. A lot of tackles for loss here, as you see right here. Sack wise, only 2 in the game. Gus Lake and Ethan Flowers both had pretty easy sacks, but outside of that, Pittsburgh's O-line did pretty decent, I must say. Gave up a couple of blunders there, but outside of that, they're able to do what they need to do. Chester Owens there with the pass deflection, no fumbles or anything like that. As we move to the other side, and the leading tackler will be Malcolm Ali, the strong safety, with 12. Arn Jacobson with 11. Blake Grant Jr. with 10. Angel Flugel and Big House and Doug Townsend and Ethan McWells with 6. Austin Wheeler gets 5. 420 Blunt gets 5. Rhino Dobbins gets 4. And then Hunter Jackson, a sole tackle on the day. Dougie and Arn each with 2 tackles for loss. Grant, Wheeler, Dobbins, and Malcolm Ali each with 1 tackle for loss. Townsend and Jacobson with the sack, and same thing could be said about this Dallas offensive line. They held up pretty good there for Justin Duke, gave him enough time, and that showed in the completion percentage and how great they did. So props to the O lineman there. And they had, and funny enough, the two leaders on the respective teams did not get a sack in this ball game. So maybe there were some double teams there to make sure that Blackman and Rhino didn't get too crazy. Big House and Ethan McWells with pass deflections. Doug Townsend gets a forced fumble, no recovery there, and that's going to be the end of that. As we go into the kicking stats, Anita perfect on the day, 1 field goal, 2 extra points. Carolina also perfect on the day, 1 field goal, 4 extra points. Longest of the day, 47 yards there by Anita. She averaged 47.5 on 3 punts as well. Carolina averaged 40.5 on 2. Kick return wise, Ziggy averaged 24 and some change there, doing his thing. Cadillac with the return on the onside, same thing for Jerry Riggs. Both of them returning about 2 yards apiece. Punt return wise, there was only one player doing that. That's Dexter Hall at the 4th. He's going to return it 10.5 on 2 carries. As we move into the scoring summary, pretty slow to start, only a field goal there by Pittsburgh, and then Dallas starting to turn up with their offense going into the second. Reginald Frome and Rocky Butterfingers each getting a reception for a touchdown. Pittsburgh, they're going to match a touchdown in the 3rd quarter, but Reginald Frome is going to go ahead and get that back within the next 5 minutes. Going into the 4th quarter, back and forth points here. Butterfingers gets his second. Guy Clausen gets his first touchdown. Carolina gets a field goal, and then Brett Tavian gets a touchdown. They tried the onside kick twice, could not get it, but that is what happens when you go down. You got to get drastic with it. So we'll go ahead and close it out here. We got the doubleheader tomorrow, Detroit and St. Louis. Detroit with the chance to get to 4-1 on the season and on top of the Western Conference. St. Louis trying to get back into the mix for the Western Conference. And then the game of the week potentially is going to be Tacoma at Anchorage. Tacoma doing the same thing as St. Louis, trying to get back in that race. They're trying to get to 2-3. Anchorage also trying to get ahead of Huntington Beach, and if they could get the W, that could definitely help some things for them. So outside of that, we're all good to go here for this ball game. Thank you so much for spending your time with me tonight on this Thursday. Looking forward to many more with you. But until then, we'll go ahead and talk to you later.